Welcome to another video from the Barcelona News Club channel. If you are passionate about Barca and want to know everything that happens to it, we invite you to subscribe to the channel and leave that like to help us grow here. Already take advantage and turn on notifications, so YouTube will recommend the video for you. With that done, let's get to today's news. I'm already telling you, the video brings a revelation made by Messi, the real reason for not returning to Camp Nou. From broken deal to nightmare in Paris, behind the scenes of how Messi lost confidence at Barcelona. Lionel Messi does not forget. By the looks of it, he hasn't fully forgiven either. On the night of August 4, 2021, he and his family flew from Ibiza to Barcelona, landing in Prat around 8 p.m. local time. The holidays were over, as he recalls. His children were excited about another year at school in Castelldefels, and he was looking forward to another season at Camp Nou. It would have been his 18th year there. Everything was resolved, an agreement was reached to renew the contract at the club where he had played since he was 13. The salary would be cut in half, but he was happy. All he had to do was go the next day and sign it. Overnight, literally overnight, everything changed. Messi was told to leave, go and find another club. A statement was released by Barcelona that night. The captain could not continue. It hadn't been 24 hours since he'd returned to the city. 3 days later, Messi spoke, although it was not easy to say. "This is difficult, I'm not ready for this," he said. It was the worst moment of his career, he admitted, and it wasn't about to get better. The league's financial fair play rules did not allow him to renew, which is a way of saying, the way that many prefer and that suits them. Barcelona's finances did not allow it as another. This came as news to him. "I thought everything was settled," said Messi. "I was convinced that I would go on, there would be no problem. I never had any doubts. We were determined, we would stay." Instead, he went to Paris. And Paris was terrible. It is because Messi remembers having to leave Barcelona, how it happened and everything that followed, the impact it had on him and his family, the miserable time he spent away from home, that he will not return to Barcelona again. 2 years later, joining Intermiami in Major League Soccer. Which may sound a little contradictory, but it's the truth. A big part of it, at least. The last time was extremely difficult, very, very difficult, and one of the reasons for not coming back, Messi said of pulling out of a transfer from Barcelona. Many things became clear after Messi's announcement that he would be joining Miami and the interview he gave to explain why, but above all there is one thing, a recurring theme that hits hard, how bad it was then and how little he trusted Barcelona not to let him down yet again. How little faith he had in them to actually make his comeback happen. He certainly wasn't taking any chances, not this time. Last time, he paid for it, and a lot. "I didn't want my future in someone else's hands," he said. "Not theirs for sure." On Wednesday afternoon, 7, Messi sat in the Paris house, from which he will soon leave, with 2 Catalan newspapers, Sport and Mundo Deportivo. In the interview, he announced where he was going next, but didn't really talk about it. There was little about what he hopes to achieve there, not much in the way of enthusiasm. Instead, he talked about Barcelona. And, above all, he talked about the past. It was a long and often extremely revealing conversation. Mainly, it revealed how hurt he was to leave Barca in the first place, and how nothing at PSG had changed his mind, which only made things worse. "We never, ever wanted to leave Barcelona," he said. "I had to go to Paris. That's necessary, not chosen." He said he was hurt, angry, that he had been ugly. He felt as if he had been considered the bad guy, and I didn't like it. He missed Barcelona, he said. He had 2 bad years at PSG. "I didn't like it. I had a spectacular month at the World Cup," he said, "and I couldn't help thinking, thank God for that." Because he added, but the rest was difficult. All of which left him and his family wanting to return. However, it also made them nervous about risking trying to come back, getting caught again. once bitten, twice shy, and all that. There have been talks with Barcelona, mainly with coach and former teammate Xavi. Messi heard the rumors, the leaks. He even went so far as to say that he liked them, when they seemed to hint at the possibility of returning home. The family was excited by the things they heard, he said. He contacted Xavi. "Do you really want me? This can realito happen?" There were discussions with those who managed the finances, and guarantees were sought. There were discussions about contracts, although no concrete proposal. "We were hopeful," he said. And yet what happened 2 years ago was still there, that fear, that reluctance to really believe. To really believe him. As negotiations continued, Barcelona were more open about it, adding to the excitement. "There were a lot of leaks," said Messi. "There were many public statements as well." Barcelona said they were in contact with him. They said they were making progress. They said they were just waiting for the league to validate its financial viability plan. "We hope he wants to join us," said Xavi. "It was 99% in Messi's hands," he said. Barcelona president Joan Laporta hasn't made Messi his priority so much. In some ways, he's always been cautious about it, but Messi being at Barcelona was key to his election campaign in the first place. This was today's video. Leave your comment and see you next time.